10 ways The Last Jedi is the best movie in the series. I'm going to let you soak that one in for a second. Yeah, I got to wet my throat for that one. Not only is The Last Jedi a great film and a great Star Wars entry, it might even be the greatest Star Wars entry in the franchise. We're going to go through this. Damien Damask at Shilby has the nerve to say that the Last Jedi is the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. Without thinking, Grump, greatest Star Wars movie of all time.
Empire.
Boom. There you go. Argument over. Argument over. All right. 10 way.
Sorry, Luke Scott. Oh, right around the corner. Just go ahead, puke it back up.
All right, hang on. I got to put no script. I got to see the images they equate with this stuff. Let me shift my no script here. Get my no script on. My temporary allowing. Why aren't you working? There we go. Luke Skywalker, cool as F. One of the biggest complaints, but overly nostalgic. And look at we know who we're dealing with here. Toxic fans have against the film is the fact that their surrogate space daddy, Luke Skywalker, wasn't the uber, badass there in their heads. Grump, what is
surrogate space daddy? At least they come up with something new.
Well, they didn't. Well, I mean, guys, look, what is this? I mean, who talks like this? I'm gonna see let's see what this person is here. Let's see if we got anything on them. Look at this Soy Boy. You guys see his picture? I'm gonna zoom that in. Look at this. Doesn't even have any bio. Look at this Soy Boy. Look at that Soy Boy with his hair and his hoodie up. I'd like a nice triple mocha with a splash of mint latte, please. God. Oh, my God. Okay, right away. This is so great. What most fans... No, let's finish reading this. Instead, the film decided to go in a more interesting direction with the character. And even if fans didn't like where the film took Luke, how could they not think that Luke defeating Kylo Ren in a pacifist manner was totally awesome? Pacifist manner. It was a projection. There wasn't even a fight. It was a forced projection that he ended up pooping himself to death from. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know if Grump, we're only one in, and I don't know if I can get through this. I don't know if I can get through this.
We're having a little fun with it in the chat too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, we need to. It's just, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, what most fans surprisingly seem to forget is that Luke didn't defeat the Emperor in the original trilogy by fighting him off with cool lightsabers. Instead, he chose not to fight at all. His victory was compassion towards Vader, and his refusal to let his anger consume him. That is a Soy Boy twisting of that moment. If you take a moment, let's talk about the battle in the throne room on the Death Star for a moment. Let's talk about that. When Luke tosses his lightsaber away, he does that not knowing about Force lightning. Both Obi-Wan and Yoda dropped the ball in not teaching Luke to deal with Force lightning. Luke has no idea. We had no idea at that point in 1983 that he was gonna that Palps was gonna shoot Force lightning from his hands and kick Luke's ass. We didn't know that was gonna happen. Luke didn't know that was happening. He would not have thrown his lightsaber away. He thought that Palpatine was just a decrepit old man that couldn't do anything without Vader to protect him. So to say that he defeats him with compassion without cool lightsaber moves, no, the story shows us that Luke didn't know that the fight wasn't over. And yes, he wins because he broke through to Vader. He didn't break through Vader from compassion. He broke through to Vader by reminding him of what it meant to be a Jedi, and that the dark side can be defeated by finding that one little spark of hope in there. Because that's what Star Wars is. Star Wars is about hope. It's not about compassion. Star Wars is about hope. That's why the first movie is called A New Hope. So, I mean, this guy is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is so stupid. All right, what's this next thing? Rey's origin is thematically and narratively perfect. You mean you're nobody? You're no one. You come from nowhere, only to have Jar Jar come around and say, "Oh, you're Palps Jr." This is Rian Johnson not knowing how to write a character. I mean, God, it's so stupid. I'm not even gonna read that. They're nobodies. This is thematically perfect, as it explicitly makes the point that anybody can be a hero in the story, even a random whammon from nowhere. It also makes the most narrative sense, as it's a twist that was genuinely surprising, which only a few fans guessed, and also, like the reveal, Darth Vader is Luke's father. Go to hell. Finn's arc is nuanced and insightful.
They can eat a bag of dicks on that one. Finn's arc in the first Force Awakens looked like it could have been great, and then they turned him into a comic relief, and that's what one of the things that really pissed me the hell off. Finn was going to be a damn good character, and they fucked him over.
I know. Oh my God.
Finn was one of the reasons I actually went to watch The Force Awakens. I'm like, that looks like it could be an interesting character. A stormtrooper that don't look like a normal stormtrooper.
And then they tease you in that trailer. They make it look like he's going to be a Jedi.
Yep.
And then, oh no, sorry, it's Mary Sue Ray, the bestest ever.
And then he just turns into a little chump
who got dragged around.
He has the best arc of all the characters in Force Awakens. He had the best arc. He went from trying to run to just running into the fight, knowing he was going to lose. He was the character I was there for.
Then he gets dragged around by a woman in a potato sack in this movie to a plot.
After he falls off the table comically for the first scene.
And then he gets shocked, and then he continually doesn't do anything. And then he's going to do one moment here at the end there. This is the clip from that, where he's actually going to do the ultimate sacrifice to save everybody. And then she rams him and says, "We don't fight with hate. We win with love."
Yeah, that was the biggest bullshit.
Sorry.
At least let the man go out in a blaze. Not to
love
mention,
can win.
Figure as much power as had to be in that blaster to blow down that door. If he'd have hit that thing, it'd have probably blown up the entire army that was behind him.
Yeah, I mean,
and shit, bitch knocked her over. They can eat it.
So, I mean, so stupid. So stupid. So, yeah, you had it again. It's dumb. All right. It takes chances other installments don't. You mean you're gonna reference the worst choreographed fight in Star Wars history? You got
with the disappearing daggers.
Yeah, you got to watch like Robot Head. I think has one of the best breakdowns of that choreography of how utterly ridiculous it is. And then of course Mahler in his 3-part breakdown of this, it was glorious. I mean, so it's just
Shadiversity did a pretty good job going through the fight from a sword fighter perspective, and they're all stupid.
Well, the problem is one of the problems is in Disney Star Wars, they don't take into account actual lightsaber forms. They don't take any of that into account. Which in the actual lore, lightsaber forms are a thing, and Jedis fight differently depending on what kind of form they're using. Unlike the tepid Force Awakens, which had a literal New Hope remake, well, they got that right, down to another desert planet, another small robot processing secret MacGuffin, blah, blah, blah. Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi was willing to take narrative chances and surprise audiences. From Rey's aforementioned origin to the death of Snoke and Luke Skywalker, TLJ was, if nothing else, attempting to do new things, what most fans and audiences expected. Enter the word, the worst word in the English language right now, one of them, subversion. Cobra Kai does subversion well. Rian Johnson does subversion like what I stepped in a couple days ago walking down the sidewalk. Some of the best visuals in the franchise. Well, I guess you will give it that. The effects were apparently very good, but this moment here it breaks all Star Wars space traveling rules. It doesn't the Holdo maneuver.
1 in a million chance, and they called her a hero and not treasonous like she was trying to run away.
Kanto Bite is important, actually. No, Kanto Bite was a giant virtue signal. All that was virtue signaling for SJW woke agenda. And it didn't matter anything, because if it's so important, and to the ultimate criticism of that, what? You freed a bunch of animals, but left children enslaved.
Yeah. And the funny part is, we just all got to remember, that whole scene was unnecessary if Space Karen would have just said, "We have a plan." That's all she had to say. But she wanted to be a little Space Karen and not say anything.
Yeah, Vice Principal Space Karen. The porgs are so cute. No, F the porgs. No. F the porgs.
Is that the best they can find?
Let's put them on sticks and roast them over an open fire.
Yeah, well, I want to pull a Chewbacca and start cooking them little things. They look like a nice meal.
The opening battle excellently shows core. You mean the opening battle that defies the physics of space combat, where they're dropping bombs and moving in really slow bombers? Where are the Y-wings? Where are the K-wings? Where are the actual bombers from Star Wars lore? Where are their escorts? Where are the escorts for these ships?
And why bombers would you drop a bomb when everything has got an engine?
Proton torpedoes.
Shoot them son of a bitches down there. Get some velocity. They'll have to be blocked.
The bombs of Star Wars are called proton torpedoes. Proton torpedoes. They don't have actual bombs. I'm not serious bombs. I mean, yeah, TIE bombers, but TIE bombers they're not dropping World War II style chain bombs. And TIE bombers are not used in hardcore space combat. We never see them used like that. Where are the Y-wings? And where are the escorts? X-wings and A-wings and B-wings are there to escort Y-wings and K-wings. I mean, K-wings and E-wings come later, but I mean, this is ridiculous. This is Rian Johnson not understanding how it goes. Let's show the cost of death. No, there's plenty of death. They blew up a freaking planet in the very first movie. I think Star Wars already showed us the cost of war when they blow up a planet in the very first movie. Adds to deepness of the Force. You mean download Rey? There's no depth. You see no force powers in this. Rey instantly as good at everything as that. How it is. Let's see what they say. Luke's explanation of the Force to Rey might be one of the most beautiful and poetic representations of the concept in any medium. It essentially takes what Yoda told Luke in Empire, but expands on it in a wonderful and visual way. Furthermore, while the film ultimately states that the Jedi will continue through Rey, it also maintains that the Force does not belong to doesn't belong to the patriarchy. That's what it was telling you. That's what Rian Johnson was saying. Doesn't belong to the patriarchy. Why don't you just say it, you freaking soy boy? And it can evolve and change. Oh my God. All right, what's number one? Doesn't let the past die, simply lets it move forward. What, because an enslaved broom boy? I mean, they're toxic fans will constantly point to Kylo Ren stating, "Let the past die. Kill it if you have to," as some sort of thesis. It is the thesis of The Last Jedi. It is. That's what that's all about. Destroying the past. Killing off everything we love.
They even said it. Destroy the past. Kill it if you have to. You think that line was put in there by accident?
However, they need to realize the line is from the villain. Furthermore, The sentiment is completely contradicted during the climax of the film. Luke even says the Jedi, and indeed shouldn't end. It's almost like the initially bitter Luke had to go through a transformative character arc or something. Furthermore, audiences literally see kids playing with makeshift Star Wars toys to give them hope. Makeshift Star Wars? What? Which is a blatant. Oh, shouldn't be. Oh my God! Shut up! Just shut up. I mean, so this goes to show you these Star Wars stands, these SJW Star Wars stands, are still out there, and they still want to tell us how great this movie is. And even though we're happy to let them wallow in it, they still need to call us toxic. This guy said toxic at least 3 or 4 times. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't do Facebook. I will never do Twitter. If you want to reach out to me, email me at therennerd@gmail.com. I'm on Getter now, @therennerd, the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can also follow me on Odyssey @the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.